Let's leave everything behind and move to Paris.
That's the voice of my intrusive thoughts. And guess what? They won this time. Like many other times, actually. Hi, my name is Chloe, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm from Singapore, and I just graduated with my degree in computer science. I'm also a model, and I love traveling, reading, coffee, and making videos. I also just decided to drop everything and move to Paris. Now that we're best friends, let's continue with the story. It's like a joke that we make all the time, right? Like, let's just drop everything and go live the Parisian life.
I want to move to Paris.
Except that I joked about it so much that I started to believe that it was my destiny. Since young, I've always dreamt about living in a foreign country. First, it was New York after watching The Devil Wears Prada, and then it was London after binging Downton Abbey, and finally Paris after countless viewings of Midnight in Paris and Amelie. Yes, I make all my big life decisions based off movies. It was always just a faraway dream though, but yet here I am in the flesh in the city of love and lights. The irony is this, I'm such an indecisive person. I can't decide what to eat for lunch, what to wear out, which YouTube video to watch while eating. But it was so easy for me to drop everything that I had in Singapore to move halfway across the world to Paris. So that's exactly what I did. At the ripe age of 24, I finally graduated with my degree in computer science. The typical thing for me to do would have been to find a job in tech like all my friends, which my Asian parents would have been super happy about. And while the money was enticing, I wasn't ready to devote myself to a 9-to-5, to wait only for the weekends and the next holiday destination. I didn't want to follow the path I was supposed to take, that society wanted me to take. I didn't want to enter the rat race. I wanted to be in control of my life instead of losing my youth to the system. I was also ready to take a bigger step towards independence and adulthood. Growing up in an Asian household, I had been living with my family all my life. Even though I wasn't spoiled, it was definitely convenient. Mom cooked dinner every weekend and the water was always boiled. Now that I have to do all this myself, I start to appreciate what I always took for granted. But you know what? I was ready to break off this shell, to step out of my comfort zone. I wanted to actually become an adult. At some point, Singapore was starting to feel too small, too suffocating for me. Everywhere I went, it was the same places, the same things, the same people, and I wanted somewhere bigger, something brighter, somewhere new. When the day came for me to say goodbye to my life in Singapore, it was surprisingly easy. Maybe it's because I'd known for a while now that it was time for a big change. Everything that I did in my early 20s was with this goal in mind, to be able to step out into the world beyond what I only knew. I lived overseas alone for some time during university for my student exchange and for modeling, so this move felt very natural to me. The only difference was that now, the two most important people in my life were coming with me. Well, people. I am finally heading home after work now. My dog and my boyfriend is at home waiting for me. They finally arrived. I finally understand how it feels like, to look forward to going home and seeing your loved ones after a long day at work. What better time to explore the world than in our youth? We are young and virtually free, and there is nothing stopping us from living life on the edge. Except rent and bills, of course. There is really no better stage of life where we can just decide, screw it, I'm moving to Paris. And moving here has been one of the best things that's happened to me. Instantly, I felt like I could relate much better with the lifestyle here. It's much more relaxed and not everyone is crazy about working. So it's almost been 2 months since I moved here. I love the independence. I love how slow life is here. I love that I have my own space to do whatever I want, that I have to take care of everything in the house. Spending the afternoons while my dog is on the couch just chilling. I mean, this to me is the perfect life. It's the life that I've always dreamed of, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love that Paris is so culturally rich, that beautiful buildings line every street and every corner promises something unexpected. I love the spirit of this city, how so many people I meet are filled with the passion for creating, for art, for the beauty of living. But of course, it's not all sunshine and roses. We were not prepared for the administrative nightmare. I mean, how hard could it be to set up a bank account, some telephone lines, and look for an apartment? Very, very hard. There is also a certain element of feeling like I'm falling behind because all my peers they have graduated and went on to secure a full-time job with stable pays while I'm just here riding the wave, seeing where life takes me. Sometimes it feels like I'm taking too big of a risk, like what if everything fails and I'm left with nothing? Sometimes I wonder why I chose to abandon my safety net and pursue such reckless dreams. But other times, most of the time, I'm glad I broke out of that mold and chose to write my own story, craft my own destiny. Moving to a new country meant starting all over again. It's not easy being so far away from home and my entire support system, not knowing a single person here. It means it's time to yet again meet new people, build new connections, and craft new relationships. But what made it better was that at least we had each other to rely on. Looking forward, I'm beyond excited for whatever is to come. The journey has only just begun, but I think that my biggest takeaway would be just dare to try. To be brave enough to make risky decisions knowing they might not work out, but believing that they will. To hold on to your inner child, the child that used to dream at night the things they wanted to be when they were older, or the big ideas they had. To not just settle, but to live and live fearlessly.